Hey everybody, it's Adam. Welcome back to the channel. You're going to notice a couple of changes. We're going to kind of talk about some of those things here. Mainly, maybe something kind of like this. We're also going to talk a lot about Far Cry 5 because just damn. And we're going to talk a little bit more about kind of just what the hell has been happening in general with Game World, what the wife's been up to, what I've been up to, and all that kind of fun stuff. So if any of that sounds good, stick around. So, as I said, there's been a couple of small changes and updates to this whole channel thing. Some hardware that I've kind of picked up, namely this guy right here. This is the, and I have to look at the box over there, it's the CAD GLX 2400 USB microphone. Now this thing was actually really awesome. It was only about $45 off Amazon with the arm and the little pop filter, which might be a little overkill. Who knows? Ended up being somewhere around 55 bucks, something like that. It's nothing major, nothing too bad, but it's very easy. It's plug and play, get it all done, and then you're good to go. So like, it's a good looking mic. I think it's a really good looking mic. So I can now use this to kind of stream, maybe make my audio a little clearer, because before I was using, and I can't, I mean, I guess I could pull it up real quick. Anyway, what I was doing was I was using my old work headset, which is this horrible piece that I used for conference calls, and one of the pieces that's even most horrible is the fact that it had to have tape on this thing in order for both earpieces to work, which I wasn't actually using. Now I can have this as a spare one for work if I need it, which I likely will, but so this should hopefully help. I'm also now doing this a little bit differently, so it might not sync 100% because I still have to kind of get worked on this. I'm recording it still on my phone, but I'm using Audacity to capture the audio from the microphone. I'm going to have to try to pair those up, which is, I'm going to try to do some sort of syncing, and so it might take a couple episodes of this to kind of get the groove of it, so bear with me if that's the case. Big news in gaming, mainly, is Far Cry 5 came out on Tuesday, and I have been immersed in it, and holy shit, it is so good. I mean, it is so good. So basically, Far Cry 5 and this one, at least, I guess they don't all kind of coincide together, which is kind of nice. So I've never played a Far Cry game before this one, and apparently this one is by far one of the better ones I could have probably jumped into. It seems like everybody seems to love the series, even though it's not consecutive. But pretty much what it is you're going against this massive cult called the Project at Eden's Gate, and you have to take down this cult, all the members, and all that fun stuff. And I'm about 75% through one region, John's region, I think. I just started Faith's region, but I'm already almost 25% into it. It seems like I'm kind of gathering rep faster in her region than not. But there's so much to do in the game. One thing I actually plan on doing today is fishing, of all things, just to kind of get a feel for it. And plus it unlocks, you know, certain perk points, which you then use to make yourself a little more resilient or a little more powerful in the game as you progress. It's a tough game. I mean, it is. At 75%, you start hitting things like roadblocks, and they're actively seeking you, and you now all of a sudden have like an old-style World War II fighter jet type of thing coming, like a P3, or not a P3. What was a really cool one with like the shark face? I'm drawing a blank. Man, I'm a terrible person. Either way, doesn't matter. You essentially have like these jet planes or airplanes that are starting to gun you down. So I would sit there on the dock and want to fish, and next thing you know, they've found me and they're starting to fire at me. It's like it's something out of an Indiana Jones movie. But so far, the story is absolutely amazing. It's very creepy just how... It's very scary just how accurate this thing could potentially become. A lot of it kind of ties in and makes you think of like what happened in Waco back in the 90s. For those that don't know, and they were Heaven's Gate? Something like that. Either way, it's very interesting, and it has some political charge behind it, given some of the politics of the U.S. and all that stuff. So, but it's an absolutely gorgeous game, and it is a very true to form open world game, and you're in Hope County, Montana, and it is huge and beautiful, and the graphics are amazing, and the gameplay is amazing. The story is amazing. I haven't really found anything about the game that I haven't really cared for much. I had to jump the level of difficulty down to easy because normal I was just getting owned, but I also was at the early stages of the game where I didn't really know that you kind of gotta take a little bit of a cautious approach, but at the same time I genuinely, I'm just not that great with them, and I'm not that great with the controller, so I only got it on Xbox, so it's yeah, I mean, it's just kind of something like that. Other than that, really haven't done a whole lot. I think I played Minecraft once and streamed it. Streaming may pick up again. I plan on trying to get Blood Bowl either today, which is not the date, but Saturday, or tomorrow. Likely tomorrow. Get a Blood Bowl game out, try to do one a week if I can, and then kind of get those posted up to the YouTube channel as well, because people seem to like it. Beyond that, though, I mean, really, it's just been kind of Far Cry 5 and a whole lot of work and all that stuff. The dog's been really anxious this week. I'm not really sure why, but something got him, and he's just been having a really high anxious couple of days, and so, like, he's not really doing great with eating and all that fun stuff. He's actually out there, I think, I don't know, he might be curled up on the couch just sleeping and all that. So we may have to end up getting him into the vet to kind of talk to them, because before they wanted us to kind of avoid trying to put him on any kind of a medication to help kind of even out his anxiety, and we had started doing nose games and training of that sort, so he could kind of keep his mind occupied. This sounds really weird for a dog, but apparently all dogs can still be afflicted by some of the same mental issues that humans can be. So OCD is something that he could potentially have. We just think based off of some of his behaviors and his tics and stuff. But also just highly anxious, high anxiety is also a thing. He has separation anxiety to where he, did some destructive damage when we were kind of training him to be out of his crate while we were gone. So we may have to get him back in and talk to them, because at this point in time, it's just at such a high level. I just feel badly that he's so stressed all the damn time, and he's just a little dog, So anyway, there you go. There's a little insight to what's been going on otherwise. The wife has still been playing Kirby. She's still loving it. We got her a blind bag Kirby keychain, and she picked it up. We picked it up yesterday, actually, and she ended up putting it on her purse because she calls it now her nerd bling. So she's really still enjoying it. She's probably been hopping in and out of it here off and on the last couple of days, just to help her kind of de-stress and all that stuff. So other than that, though, I think that's kind of about it. A little bit of a shorter episode this week. I'm going to get back into some other things, I think. Still going to be playing Far Cry 5 until it's complete, because it's just a really good story and I want to see how it ends. And I'm not even a quarter of the way through it all the way. There's 3 main regions. You got to get through those before you can get to the main dude and the main island, and then I'm pretty sure it's a heck of a fight to fight your way through to get in, so we'll get there eventually, but I'm in no rush. Other than that, really, yeah, that's kind of about it. Really appreciate the folks that have joined us. Really appreciate any shout-outs on Twitter, or any likes that you guys are leaving, any comments, anything. If you guys want to, and you haven't already, you want to talk about any and all things game, come over to the Discord chat channel, the general chat channel. Wow, English. Come on over to Discord. The link will be down in the description below. Join a group of very friendly and fun-loving gamers. You can talk about tabletop. You can talk about video games on any platform, really. We have a Switch channel. We have PC. We've got Xbox. Don't know if we have a PlayStation, now that I think about it. But there's some other things that are going to be coming down the pike that we're all going to try to probably plan on. I think next week they've got some big things in the works. Not really sure what that means, but kind of excited to see what it ends up being. So come join us. Come talk about games. Come have fun. You can find me on Twitter in the link below, but that's going to be at IRFullOtter at Twitter. And then if you want to follow me on... I have a Twitch, but I'm not really using it. But if you want to follow me on the Mixer, so whenever I do some streaming, you can always hop onto there too. It's mixer.com/IRFullOtter. Really appreciate any and all support, any and all thumbs up. If you want to tell your friends because you think they might like something that's happening on this channel, feel free to go ahead and tell them. Tell them to subscribe too. Really appreciate that. And that's about it, really. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys there. Hope everybody's doing really well. Hope you're healthy, happy, and safe. And we will talk to you guys next week, all right? Take care, everybody. See ya.